Hello friends, welcome back to our channel Geologica. So today in this video we are going to see about the geophysical methods of mineral exploration. So we will see about the what are the different methods for the geophysical exploration, which parameters we are going to use in these methods, and by these methods which property of rock we are getting we will also see, and finally the deposit type which we are getting by those methods. So we will see all of these in this video. So let's begin with some geophysical methods. So here I will show some tables, and here you can see that there are different methods are given like seismic, gravity, magnetic, and the parameters, physical properties, and finally the suitable deposit type. So first is the seismic method. So seismic methods we uses the parameters travel time of reflected and the refracted seismic waves, and the property of rock which we are getting is density and elastic mode of the rock, velocity and acoustic, and the mineral deposit type which we can identify by using the seismic waves are coal, oil and gas. We can also get information about the groundwater, layered sedimentary basin, nickel, copper, Pg in volcanic vessel flows. So here Pg stands for the platinum group of elements. So these deposit types can be identified on the basis of seismic method. If we talk about the gravity method, we are using the parameter mainly in the Earth's gravitational field. Generally, what changes we are getting uh, in the gravity, that is known as the gravity anomaly, and that anomaly we uses in the gravity survey. Then the physical property of rock, we are getting the density contrast between the surrounding host rock and the deposit rock. Say if there is any deposit, uh, definitely if it is higher in density it will shows the more gravity, it will attract, but if it is less denser then the gravity anomaly will be decreased. So by using this gravity survey we can identify massive sulfide deposits, chromite deposits, nickel, copper, Pg, platinum group of element deposits. We can identify salt domes, barytes, kimberlite bites, and concealed basins as well. If we talk about the magnetic survey, the third geophysical surveying method, the magnetic property of Earth is used as a parameter, and the property, rock property which we are getting is the magnetic susceptibility. Either rock will be more susceptible or it can be less susceptible. So by using this magnetic survey we can find out the magnetite deposits, ilmenite deposits, pyronite rich sulfides, or nickel, copper, platinum group of element. Now you can see that nickel, copper and platinum group of elements are common. So this can be identified on the basis of whether seismic, gravity or magnetic survey. Now next there are some electrical surveys like resistivity, induced potential, self potential. So in the resistivity survey we uses the earth's resistance, and we get the electrical conductivity of rock, and by using this resistivity we can identify groundwater, sulfide as well as the nickel, copper, Pge. Then for induced potential we will polarization voltage, frequency, development of ground resistance, and we get the electrical capacitance of the particular deposit or particular rock, and we can identify the large sulfide disseminations, nickel, copper, Pg and the graphite deposits. If we talk about the self potential, the electric potential parameter is used, and we will get the electrical conductivity of the particular area, rock or the particular deposit. By using this self potential, we can identify the sulfide veins, graphite, groundwater, nickel, copper and Pg. If we uses another geophysical survey, that is electromagnetic. So by this electromagnetic we uses the parameter, that is electromagnetic radiation, the response to the electromagnetic radiation, and we get the electrical conductivity and inductance of the particular area or particular deposit. And we will identify the sulfides, chromium, nickel, copper, Pge ore, as well as the graphite deposits. Then there are two another methods like the radiometric, where we uses the gamma radiation. As you know that radioactive decay will produce the alpha, beta and gamma radiations. So we uses the gamma radiation, and we can identify thorium, uranium as well as the radium deposits. While the another important method is the borehole method. So sorry, here we uses the downhole probes, and all type of rock properties can be identified as we get the original rock sample. So we uses it for the identification of continuity of sulfides, nickel, chromium, copper, Pg in strike and depth. So these were the methods like seismic, gravity, magnetic, like electricals, electromagnetic, radiometric, boreholes. Generally these methods are used for the geophysical exploration, and the questions, numericals, whatever are there in the geophysics are mainly based on these methods. So you know the methods, different parameters, physical properties which we are getting from these methods, and the mineral deposit type which we can identify by using these methods. So it's all about for today. In the next video we will see some special and some new thing. So thank you.